हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय अनदर वीडियो। आज आप सब कैसे हैं? मैं तो बहुत ही अच्छी हूँ। आई होप आप भी सब बहुत अच्छे होंगे। आज के वीडियो में मैं ऑफ कोर्स आप देख रहे हो मैं आउटडोर शूट पे हूँ ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि समर कितनी बार भी बोल लो, कितनी बार भी एक्सप्रेस कर लो, समर होने की और स्प्रिंग यहाँ पे सीज़न एंजॉय करने का मज़ा ही अलग है। यू गेट अ चांस टू गो आउट, बाहर एंजॉय करो, बैठो, खाना खाओ, वॉट नॉट, बहुत सारी आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज़ करो, इवेंट्स एंजॉय करो। सो आज की वीडियो हम समर के डिस्क्रिप्शन के लिए नहीं किए हैं। आज का वीडियो है इट्स वेरी मोस्ट अवेटेड टॉपिक बोल सकते हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट भी बोल सकते हैं, जो आप इसको समझ लो अपनी अपनी कंडीशंस के हिसाब से। तो आज के टॉपिक में मैं बात करने वाली हूँ हाउ टू फाइंड एन अकोमोडेशन इन कैनेडा। So I feel there are many people who struggle, what is the process to find an accommodation in Canada, what are the documents needed, what is the steps required and how to go with the procedure, how to reach out to the people, या कौन से platforms है that we can get some accommodation options या ढूंढने housing options. So today I will be sharing some process, some steps that are necessary while you find your accommodation in Canada. तो फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, डिटरमिन योर बजट। तो मैं बजट की बात इसलिए कर रही हूँ, बिफोर स्टार्टिंग योर हंटिंग या सर्चिंग फॉर द अकोमोडेशन इन द मार्केट, इट्स रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट यू सेट अप योर बजट इन योर माइंड और वट एवर यू फील लाइक, बिकॉज यहाँ पे इट्स नॉट जस्ट द रेंट ऑफ द अपार्टमेंट और रेंट ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी, इट्स देयर आर सो मेनी अदर एक्सपेंसेस दैट यू हैव टू कंसिडर बिफोर फाइनलाइजिंग एनी अकोमोडेशन, like utilities and other bills and internet and then phone plans and what not. Point research neighborhoods. Yes, that's something really important. So familiarize yourself with the different kind of neighborhoods in Saskatoon. There are so many options available in Saskatoon. Like it's in, people usually consider a lot of things like, families, size, safety, workplace distance, school, rent, amenities, station options, the type of community atmosphere you prefer, and listing. So utilize online platforms and websites list the available rental properties in Saskatoon. So popular options include websites like KDG, rental.ca, Rent Faster, and there are certain other options that I will include in the description box. So filter your search based on your preferences such as rent, range and number of bedrooms and locations. So Rent Faster is a website which is not really very commonly known to many people, but that's something I think I recently have been browsing through that website and I find that there are so many options that you can select through, and there are certain options that helps you select the properties based on, you can use the filter option like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom or your budget. So that's something really useful website, I would say. Networking and word of mouth. So this is the option that many people already do and they think that's the best way to do. I think if you have any connections or any networks or any acquaintance, friends or relatives already in Saskatoon, then that reach out to them, call them, text them or whatever the best method works for you. And you can do is request them that I would be needing an accommodation on that and that day, like temporary accommodation or permanent accommodation or rental property. So I would prefer this kind of location or that kind of thing. So अपने preferences उनको बताओ and try to उनको पूछो. So people who are already in Saskatoon, they would be the best, one of the best resource for you to help. I mean वो लोग आपको बहुत अच्छी तरीके से help कर सकते हैं because they already know कि यहाँ पे होने की probabilities है या यहाँ पे आप rental property आप मिल सकती है या ये नेक्स्ट मंथ खाली होने वाली है या उनके खुद की बिल्डिंग वाले कोई छोड़ रहा हो, you never know. So that would be another best method to find the accommodation. Rental agencies. Consider reaching out to rental agencies or property management. So some of the very good property managers I know in Saskatoon is Main Street Apartments, Avenue Living, and then Main K Holdings, and then rental.ca. Colliers is also a very nice property management company. मेरी पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस रही है विद मेन स्ट्रीट अपार्टमेंट एंड देन एवेन्यू लिविंग. एवेन्यू लिविंग में मैं कभी रही नहीं हूँ, बट आई नो वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स स्टे देयर एंड आई नो द रिव्यूज़. So talking about Main Street, they are really very good property managers in very good in terms of उनकी house की quality जो होती है, it's pretty durable. Another thing is their management and their maintenance is very good. कुछ भी property में कुछ damage होता है या you feel like it's not working, so just give them a call and next day or in next hour they will be there to repair very soon. So Main Street is something I would give you a big thumbs up. उनकी services और उनकी management is very nice. So reach out to them. उनकी website भी रहती है, उसमें उनकी available properties की listing भी रहती है, and then you can talk to them. And after doing all these steps, schedule viewings. तो जो भी आपने property shortlist की है उनको call करो, उनको contact करो through mails or through a call or through whatever medium you think would work best for you and approachable. So उनको बोलो कि I was looking through your website and मुझे ये properties में interest है, and could you tell me or could you book me a schedule or could you schedule a viewing for this property. As much as I know इनकी viewing की dates भी अगर आप आज भी book करने जाओ तो it will take you 10 to minimum 15 days जो आपको viewing की schedule मिले. ऐसा नहीं है like in India आपकी property देखी and you enter the property and then you have the access to view the buildings or whatever. आप building देख सकते हो only from outside, आप enter नहीं कर सकते and safety reasons से वो आप अंदर जा ही नहीं सकते, आपके पास key नहीं होती है and property managers are the only people who have that the key to access and enter to the building. So do that as soon as possible, schedule your viewing and wait for your dates. So once everything is done, that you have selected the property, accommodation, then you have scheduled your booking, you like the property, and then the most important step is while applying for a rental, be prepared to provide the necessary documents depending upon your status. If you're new, your required documents would be something different to somebody who is already in Canada. Is like ID proof, your proof of income, your proof of employment, references, rental application form. Of course, references हर जगह नहीं मानते, but if in case by मतलब property manager कुछ ऐसा कन्निंग निकला या उनको कुछ पता या उनको कोई भी डाउट होता है तो they always ask you for references, but it's mainly not applicable in Saskatoon या कहीं किन्हीं property managers या किन्हीं management के through ये पूछा जाता है, so but not for everyone. So management ये भी एक option है, and then documents ready will streamline your application process. So if your all documents are ready, then it will process your application pretty quickly and smoothly. Consider roommate option. If you are open to living with roommates, you can explore shared accommodation option to help reduce cost and potentially find accommodation more quickly. So it's not like that only students share their rooms or properties. There are some couples who also don't mind sharing their accommodation in order to save some money and expenditure. So it's pretty common here. There are certain circumstances people get 2 BHK or 2 bedroom apartment, they share their rooms and whatever the common areas are. So it is very common in Canada. Assistance from housing organization is another step. So if you need additional support or information regarding affordable housing or rental assistance programs, you can contact housing organization or non-profit in Saskatoon for guidance. There are certain agencies they help them, they guide you, they give you certain resources that shows that you can get your property or there's some listing or there's new listing, that kind of events or which events may occur. So they guide you through that and you can get some rental properties. It's very important to consider while you are looking for your perfect accommodation in Canada or to be precise in Saskatoon. So if you ever need my help, let me know in the comment section below. If you think you don't understand any point or if you have any further questions related to any of the points, I'll be more than happy to answer their questions. So remember to prioritize your safety, your budget, while you find your perfect accommodation. Be cautious of potential scams. Thoroughly read the rental agreements before signing. Trust your instincts more than anyone in this world or more than anyone in this earth when dealing with landlords or property managers. So बहुत सारे property managers होते हैं जिनको कहीं पे भी income की security नहीं दिखती है. They find that it is becoming difficult for them to find your income stability. Yeah, you won't be able to pay their rent. In that case, they ask you for complete advance payment for a month or 2 months or 6 months, unless you're not very much sure about, or you know the rental property managers very closely or personally, do not get trapped by any of the scams. कभी भी एडवांस में money देने से पहले think twice, do your own research, complete verification, complete research के बिना कभी भी अपना एडवांस मनी किसी को मत देना. I agree, there are certain property manager who ask for 1 month advance, क्योंकि उसमें उन्होंने ये होता है कि कि अभी आप कभी अचानक को जाना है, तो कभी आप अचानक से अपना रेंट बीच में छोड़ के जा रहे हो, लाइक साल का है एंड देन यू आर गोइंग इन बिटवीन लाइक 6 months और 8 months, तो वो हमेशा एक सेफ्टी अमाउंट आपका अपने पास रखते हैं. दैट्स अनदर स्टोरी. बट एट द सेम टाइम डू नॉट एवर कभी भी एडवांस में मत दो. तो मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस थ्रू आउट ये सारा रेंटिंग ऑप्शंस का काफ़ी स्मूथ रहा है, गॉड्स ग्रेस, क्योंकि मैंने जानबूझ के कोशिश किया, मैंने नोइंगली कोशिश किया कि नॉन प्रॉपर्टी मैनेजर से लो एटलीस्ट एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ माइग्रेटिंग टू कैनेडा. या क्योंकि हमें वी आर नॉट श्योर, हमें कुछ नहीं पता होता है, वी आर नॉट हमें कुछ बैकअप नहीं होता है, तो हमें उनको ट्रस्ट करने के अलावा हमारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होता है. तो इट्स वेरी ईजी टू गो और इट्स वेरी ईजी टू ट्रस्ट those people who are already have the good reputation in the market. So this is the process that you can go through while hunting for your accommodation. Good luck and welcome to Canada. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope if you find this video थोड़ा सा भी, इतना सा भी, ज़रा सा भी informational, so please share it with your friends and please subscribe to my channel. I will see you next video. Thank you for watching this video and तब तक के लिए have a good rest. अच्छे से आराम करो, खुश रहो, अच्छा खाओ, अच्छा काम करो. See you next video. Bye.